we are celebrating spring, festivities that come with it, flowers, everything that is in between, right? So it is such a privilege and honor to be part of this prestigious poetry reading at this beautiful, beautiful venue, which has been a favorite of mine ever since I came to Dallas in 2015. And we make it a plan to have an annual visit every year at the Dallas Arboretum, and this time it is all the more special because it's almost a dream come true moment that I would be presenting my poetry in such a wondrous company with poets amidst this beautiful lush paradise of the Dallas Arboretum. So my sincere thanks and heartfelt gratitude to Poetry Society of Texas for extending this invitation to me, and I got the invitation pretty late. I was not sure if I could come because my older one who was supposed to come, she fell sick suddenly yesterday. So we were supposed to come as a family, 4 of us. My husband had to stay with her, so unfortunately that happened, but I'm here with my younger daughter Sharanya. I would like to read out 2 pieces today. First one is inspired by an artwork that is a classic painting of Hundertwasser, a famous poet from Austria, who was known for his paintings about houses. And this poem is inspired by the houses which stand tall amidst the luscious green trees and vines, which also symbolizes spring in some way. So I chose this. It is part of my book, Woman and Her Muse, which was published in 2018. So the first poem goes like this. Heaven, and the poem's name is Heaven's Zone. A colony of colored houses hangs over my haywire dreams. My eyes house them all, a painter's palette of light, the azure blue, the sunlight yellow, the crimson, and the glistening white, stretching out like heaven's zone. And the vines and the tender greens that whisper like birds singing at the prime of kissing the earth. My eyes are succumbing to the painterly strokes. I'm one with the juicy pastures, roaming in the blue night with the hummingbird, the faint clouds and the moon, grazing along with the blue-winged dreams, exhaling the stillness, the infinity of the scene, stumbling in its glimmering beauty. This was the piece that I was initially supposed to read, Mountain Reverie. This one is inspired by our family travel, which happened during late spring at the Yosemite Falls. And it was like originally written as a travel memoir, but yesterday I felt that I could read it as a prose poem because it is poetic in nature. So it's a long piece, but I will just take little chunks of it and read within like 2-3 minutes. And it starts with a quote by John Muir. It is by far the grandest of all the special temples of nature I was ever permitted to enter. At the mighty Yosemite, our car follows the stretch of azure mountains, the alpine tree line, the discreet pastoral palette like a stranger. Nature's beauty seems a daily allowance amid the beautiful virgin unspoilt mountain terrains. For a day, I am a weightless bubble dropped on this bed of endless green and wilderness. At close intervals, we bring our urban bodies out of the car into the vast expanse of the park. We set our feet on the trails, take in the unsoiled mountain air, look with sustained awe at the frozen fractals of snow dispersed in the mountain peaks. On our way, nature blushes like a maiden amid the trees burnt away in wildfire, amidst self-guided trails around quaint valleys, ridges, and slopes. The trails lead us to higher elevations, to short, steep jaunts as we face the mystery of gorgeous canyons and cascading waterfalls. Yeah. Solitude is embedded in the landscape, kissing the wildflowers nestled in the foothills, the sunlight that buries its head amid the ashen mountain domes, Solitude walks hand in hand, is lost in the rustle of the woods along the herd of the onlooking hiking, with the herd of the onlookers hiking, taking pictures, heading from one vista to the other, with kids and backpacks, the mystery of unknown things crunching under their feet. I look at the steep movement between the mountains, the soft, sensuous light trailing through the silvery mountain bends. I read their curves, bends, and slopes like books of sonnets and stories, tracing each page in its sacred solidarity, as the curved landscapes ramble, roam, converge with each other like enchanted lyrics. And the last paragraph, or the last stanza. Love is written here in the traversing motion of this splashdown, in the transient glory of this moment, which will soon vanish under the spell and exasperating traffic of busy city roads. In this instant, my roots run deeper into the cry of this rushing stillness, deeper than I can fathom. In this instant, I try and seize myself up aloft in the urgency of the moment, in its steadfast calm, transcending all humanity. Thank you.